Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kowalczyk here with another video for Business Math. We're still in Chapter 12, and today we're looking at 12-6. In Chapter 12, as we focus on investments, we now turn to bonds. Bonds are a great way to invest money at a low risk. You see, stocks, like we learned in Section 12-3, those can be risky. You can spend money on stocks in a company, and if that company fails, you just lost your money. Bonds are a little bit less risky. This is what happens. There are companies out there that want to continue to grow, they want to continue to offer new and better and improved products, but sometimes they don't have the money to help that growth take place. So they issue bonds. So what happens is they sell these bonds. They sell these bonds for a low price, also known as the bond cost. So you might buy a bond for $50. And then what happens is you buy that bond from the company, or even our government, and you hold on to it. And what you're holding on to is just a certificate promising payment. After 5 years, what could happen is that after 5 years, the bond can mature. And if it matures, it will give you the full dollar amount. For our example here, the full dollar amount would be $2,000. But it doesn't mean you spent $2,000 on it. No, instead, you bought the bond at a lower bond cost so that it would grow to $2,000. Now, I will admit, you go out and buy a bond for $50, in 5 years, it might grow to $70. So it'll only have a $20 profit for you. You could hold on to the bond even longer and let it grow even more. But what's happening is the company is borrowing your money to help make their business better, and in turn, giving you back extra money when you return that certificate to them. So today we're going to look at the math involved with bonds. It's normally a very safe way of raising money and saving money for the future, but I will admit the money you get does not grow super fast. It's a slow way of doing it, but it's safe. So with that being said, let's take a look at number 1. We've got 3 steps here, and problem number 1 starts off with a guy named Javier Manchusco, who purchased a $2,000 bond at a quoted price of 85.5%. Now, what you might want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is maybe draw a little arrow like this. I'm going to draw a little arrow, and make sure you put a little percent sign. Why? Because that 85.5 is actually a percentage. Next, I'm going to continue reading. The bond paid interest. The bond paid interest at a rate of 5%. So there's some interest involved, specifically with the payment. And so now we're going to use this info to actually calculate A, B, and C using steps 1, 2, and 3. So, step 1. There's that bell again. Step 1, we're trying to find the annual interest. And in case you're wondering, this is a dollar amount. If you want, you can do this if you want. You can take a writing utensil, and just right up here where it says annual interest, you can put a dollar sign so that you know that this will be a dollar amount. Maybe that'll help you remember it for your homework. So step 1, we're trying to find the annual interest, and once again, it's a dollar amount. First thing we need to know is the face value. Well, the face value is what the bond will end up turning into. As time goes on, what will it mature to? What will it end up being? Well, Javier is purchasing a $2,000 bond. He's not spending $2,000. He's planning on it growing to $2,000. And so we write in $2,000 for the face value. The interest rate is that 5%. That 5%. But I'm going to go ahead and change that to 0.05. All right. So 0.05 times 2,000 equals, now this isn't a big amount of money, but it is what it is. It's going to equal $100. So what we find here for letter A is that the annual interest, the annual amount of money that Javier is going to earn each year, is going to be pretty close to about $100 a year. So that's how much his bond's going to grow each year. Well, now we can take a look at B. What is the bond cost? Now, as we are doing step 2, for the bond cost, all right, we're also dealing with a dollar amount. And this is going to be a pretty much, it's going to be a little bit bigger dollar amount. But if you want, you can put another little dollar sign right here if that helps you. So, with the bond cost, what we're looking at once again is the face value. And now we're going to multiply that times the percent of the quoted price. And I even put quoted price up here in parentheses in the formulas. And what we're going to use is that 85.5%. Now, as normal, we move the decimal over and we turn it into 85.5. 85.5. There we go. We are looking good. So, we do our math, and what we get is $1,710. Now, for B, let me just explain what we've got here. And actually, let's see if this helps you out. I've never done this before, but we'll see. A is approximately how much you will earn each year off of this bond. And B, how much the bond will cost you up front. So if you're going to buy this $2,000 bond, it's going to cost you $1,710. It's going to cost you $1,710, but it will grow to $2,000. So hopefully those little sentences help you to kind of understand what's going on here. Now we go to step 2. For step 3. And for step 3, the answer will be, and I hope you understand this, a percentage. It's going to be a percentage. So, as we jump into this, step 3. What's the annual interest? Well, that's that $100 from letter A. And then what's the bond cost? Well, that's that $1,710 from letter B. And we divide them. When we divide them, we get a really long number. What we need to do is turn that into a percentage. And that percentage is 6%. Now, as you look at this, you might be looking at it and going, how did you get 6%? Well, we got to take the decimal, move it over twice. We move it over twice, and then we round the 5 up to a 6. And we get rid of all that. So it becomes 6%. So that is how you do section 12-6. As a reminder, anytime you have questions, you can pause and review the video or talk to Mr. K. Thanks so much and have a great day.